Top movie review. This film is like a silly, lovey-dovey. It's not a horror film. It's made by Blumhouse, or like Blumhouse is one of the people part of the production, right? Whatever, the behind the scenes. But it's not a horror film. I guess it's a thriller, but it's not a serious thriller. And it's sort of, you meet the guy and he's awkward with the lady at first, and you think, okay, he's gonna die. Actually, only one person dies, right? In this film. That's it. The pianist guy dies. And I thought, when I saw the trailer, I was thinking, we're not going to get to know who he is, the pianist. He's going to be like a stranger. But no, he does get a little, and this actor does get a little acting done in the film. He does get to say a few lines. And he does want to do the right thing, but then he gets the text, like, call the cops, and her son dies. And so he's like distressed. That's why he looks distressed when he walks back. And then, you know, of course, the dollar that she wrote on, the 20, it's, and it's a good thing, actually, she did a $20 bill, because that's going to catch his attention first, is it? He's drinking all night for the tip money. This is drinking money, essentially. And so, what do you call, the guy makes sure the 20's back on the plate. What is this, bro? With the 20, so when she's eating her duck salad, which is like, I thought it was to be salad with chunks of duck, but no, it's actually a duck on the side, like a duck breast with some green. So it looks like maybe the main entree is duck with kale or something, and rather than being like a bowl of salad. And then the guy had the Kobe steak with truffle mashed potatoes, and go figure, they're like small portion. It's a fancy restaurant, and of course they don't eat any of this food. They drink the wine. Even the wine they drink sparingly. They take a sip and that's it. What they always do is in movies, is it? They like never eat the food, never really enjoy the beverage and stuff. And then you think that she, I don't know, because of course she didn't poison his, so she pours, but I couldn't swear they showed her pouring the poison in the shot glass, right? But then it turns out, oh, she didn't pour it in his shot. And when she's going, you know, she's talking to the other guy, she pours into his shot. She actually pours into his thing. When she, what do you call? When she confronts him and she's saying like, oh yeah, my husband, Blake, that's the husband's name, Blake, right? He was super abusive, he was horrible to her. And she's explaining the apology dinner was an Italian restaurant, and so in that meal that he's eating, he's like, this is so good, you want some, you want to have some? And then he eats it and he's like, at second thought, you can have none of it. But yeah, she poisons his like custard thing and he gets pissed, but she could have avoided all that chaos if she just didn't tell him and maybe went to sit back. But the only issue with that problem, I guess, is, well, actually, you know what? Because she ends up going to the house to kill the bad guy anyway. So it doesn't matter, actually, does it? It doesn't make a difference either way. So she could have avoided all that hassle at the restaurant if she just kept her mouth shut. Let this guy die slowly. Probably won't have time to call his henchmen. And then when she sees he's like being incapacitated, maybe then she can go and get to the, you know, leave the restaurant, maybe tell this dude, hey, this is what's happening, we gotta get to my house to save my son, please come with me. And I mean, if he was persuaded by a kiss to go with her, then I'm guessing she would, but maybe he also needed that to happen, because would he have believed at that moment, I need you to come with me to my house to rescue my son right now? Or maybe she could have said to him, why don't we go back to my place, fuck it, let's get out of here. And he probably would have agreed to this, and then she goes, oh my god, someone's breaking into my house. I don't know. Of course they get together towards the end, and because I guess you want it to be a happy ending, and I guess it's nice that it is, but it just feels like, you know, this guy stays for a kiss after she's acting all crazy and erratic, then I guess yeah, fuck it, they're gonna get together, because he's like an informant basically. He's got to catch the mayor, and this guy, I guess he's hired by the mayor. And then you have to ask yourself, like, how do they know that, you know, like, it's just so convenient how it all falls into place that, you know, this lady, because he does some background digging into this lady. I guess maybe they were finding any way to kill him. When they saw he was having a date, they did some background onto her, and it, like, so it's just all random by chance in a way, right? And but he bugs the table and the bathroom and stuff. The Pacific Mirror even has the mirror specifically pinned, because there's like, it's like a mirror column in the center with 3 mirrors. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter which one she stands at, if that's the case. But and then the reservation, yeah, that would be, he said reservation, I think in general, it was like of any view of the view, not particularly where they're seating at, but it's just any view broadly, because the lady tells him, like, I remember you specifically requested this table. And he says, no, I said a table with a view. I didn't say this one with the view. It was and then the waiter is like, we immediately get introduced to him, and I guess the gag, you know, he's kind of annoying. He's like a little bit of an annoying guy. And so I mean, that's the gag with the waiter. And it's his first day, and they're on the first day, and he's like, oh, lovebird. You know, like, the waiters, you know, they work for tips, so they're gonna be sort of friendly and cordial. Maybe that's his joke, is that he's like trying too hard, I guess. It just seems disingenuous and annoying. And I like when she's alone at the table, he comes, and it's like, don't tell me now you want to make conversation with me. What is this? But he doesn't overstay his welcome, surprisingly. I was such a surprise by that. He does leave just kind of quickly into it, and that's when she does the whole pouring the poison in the drink. He says, oh, it's caught on camera. And they showed her do something. So what did she pour in his drink? And she doesn't want him to drink it, so presumably she did put poison in it, right? Of some sort. But maybe she didn't put all the poison, but then she puts enough poison. But maybe that's why the guy, he doesn't seem to succumb right away to any poison, any way, shape, or form, I guess. It's because he, like, you know, when she tells him that, he's like, you bitch, he gets all angry, he puts his gun out. And then when they break the glass, because it's called drop, so I guess you need one person to drop and dead. It's like 38 stories or so high. The fucking draft in the building, it's like it's like the most powerful draft ever. I'm not sure if this is, perhaps this is an actual occurrence that could happen. Like, it's like an airline. It was built like an airline draft. It's a draft like you've seen a plane that's in the air, it's flying, and it breaks, and the person gets sucked out. Like, that was with this guy. He got sucked out of the freaking window, and he subsequently lands on the restaurant sign, inside the sign too. Like, that was kind of cool. I like that. Lands right inside it. But like, with this film, it's just, what do you call? It's not bad. It's not horrendous. It's not a bad film. But like, it's silly, I guess. It is a nice watch. I can't knock it down all the way. It was a nice watch. It is nice watching this film. And it was I guess it's exactly what I thought it was to be. I wasn't exactly excited to see this, but I just said I wanted to kill some time, and I said, you know what, why not? It's the only film that halfway decently interesting to me. And so yeah, I went to see this, and it was decent enough. The kid's cute. I like the kid. And he's like a young kid, like maybe 5, I think. And then the sister is like clearly younger. I like that they have the nanny is actually subsequently her sister. So I like that little detail. And then I like how she's also younger than her. This sister is like a younger sister. And yeah, and her son, he had to witness some bad abuse. And so I guess they're both sort of broken people. In the beginning of the film, she's doing like an interview where she's explaining, like, this woman that's abused, and I guess she's like a therapist now. And then it's kind of, you know, subsequently she's also a victim of abuse, right? That's sort of the thing with it. Subsequently, she's doing this interview about abuse and hey, be strong and stuff. And then, but she's also, I guess she can speak from experience, basically, because she also went through something very horrific, the character. But yeah, this film, it was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. And that's all I have to say on this. So thank you for listening.